For what the charges are, it is a success to the public if the accused and lawyer appear confident. K-Flock appears to be going home soon based on a message he gave. When will K-Flock be released is a topic that has arisen as a result of his lawyer's confidence in his ability to win the case. Do you care to learn? This provides a case update. Before we get into the specifics, click the like button, subscribe button, and enable notifications to be notified whenever new content is added to this channel. Done. Let's get started. Did you hear him, bro? K-Flock appears to be in good spirits as he is being held in custody. I'm convinced that these prisoners are receiving everything, including PlayStations, phones, TVs, references to his last post, movies that his pals have shared, and even a taped chat in which he promised to return home soon. He should be returning home soon based on the way he said it, which was quite real, since K-Flock gave his admirers a new update in March, sharing a recent snapshot and assuring them that everything is fine in his world. It honestly doesn't seem like he has much of a problem. He is currently incarcerated and awaiting trial despite being charged with a serious crime. However, in the midst of everything, he tweeted a video of the jail's exterior, which appeared to be a hint that he might soon be released. He continued by posting a photo of himself dressed as an Amiri and writing, "All is well. Do not trust the internet. Everything that is in style is dead. They are with him, and everything looks to be well." That was expressed because there are cases of men like him who are awaiting trial, and all we hear about them is how miserable their lives are in the detention centers. That doesn't appear to be the case with K-Pop, as he apparently obtained his desired results and even put Kasim Eagles in jail. This K-Flock case seems to be the toughest one, based on the police, prosecutors, proof, and other assertions. DJ Academics uploaded an apparent warrant poster from the NYPD on his Twitter before the arrests were made. On the poster it says the above-pictured perpetrator, also known as K-Flock, killed the victim in front of 1836 Amsterdam Avenue in New York, within the boundaries of the 30th Precinct, on December 16, 2021, at around 9:53 a.m. The perpetrator has a history of gun-related offenses and should be regarded as armed and dangerous. An acknowledged Third Side gang member committed the crime. The poster makes several claims about Flock, including that he killed someone, discharged a gun, had prior gun-related crimes, and that he's a gang member. That night he was arrested. His attorney, Scott E. Leemon, said Flock's arrest was after a self-surrender as he himself accompanied him to the detectives once he learned that K-Flock was wanted. He also said back in December that his team will be conducting an independent investigation after demanding the surveillance footage from the incident. There's actually surveillance footage allegedly showing the incident where the police picked one or two things to declare K-Flock wanted. Police described that incident after seeing the footage by saying the victim, named Oscar Hernandez, was sitting in a barber shop on Amsterdam Avenue at West 151st Street shortly before 10:00 a.m., waiting to get a haircut, when K-Flock walked by, opened the shop door and asked Hernandez what he was looking at. Hernandez then stepped outside to confront him. The two argued and Flock started to walk away, but Flock pulled a gun and shot Hernandez in the neck and back. That was according to a report by Enslaved saying the police had said that regarding the case. The NYPD had posted a picture using the footage that was released of the incident, saying that the unknown individual male in the post is wanted, and after K-Flock was taken in, they posted an update which reads update as a result of the outstanding work by your 30th Precinct detectives, along with the support of many other investigators and some of our law enforcement partners. The individual were responsible for this crime is now in custody. K-Flock's name was mentioned in the first post by the police, but according to his attorney, he surrendered himself, which means he probably saw the footage and knew he was in trouble. According to the first footage released from an angle which shows a guy said to be K-Flock walking past a barbershop with two ladies, he paused and went back a little bit, like he was saying something to someone in the shop, then continued to move. The door of the shop opened to reveal Hernandez coming out there, going in Flock's direction, and shortly a man following him out. At a point, it looks like Hernandez was going to go back, but was taken back to Flock's direction. A few seconds later, a man that went out after Hernandez was seen appeared scared probably for the fear of gunshots, and almost immediately ran in the same direction Hernandez went. Others also came out of the shop looking in the same direction, as if afraid to move closer. After the footage was released, it wasn't clear what happened at the other side, as the camera couldn't capture the remaining part of the incident. it was safe to say that anything could have happened that might be unknown to all of us. Not long, another footage from a different angle that appears to have captured the incident better shows Flock and a girl walk past the barbershop and pause for a few seconds and continued to walk seconds after Hernandez came out of the shop, walking in Flock's direction, when suddenly Hernandez fell back from what appeared to be a gunshot, allegedly from K-Flock, and fell on the ground while a man rushed to check on him. That footage was what the police used in putting out an unclear picture that shows his outfit and asked for the public's cooperation. Ever since he was taken in, he's been in jail, staying busy by releasing freestyles and posting updates on Instagram. It's clear he's fighting the charges hard, having hired the lawyer, Jeffrey Leemon. That kind of case sure needs a good lawyer, and Flock understands that and hired Leemon. He's the lawyer that the legendary El Chapo also hired, which says a lot about his ability after he was hired. Leemon announced the update in the case via Instagram back in March, sharing a picture of KFC, and he captured the post. Very happy and honored to be representing #KFlock on the most serious of cases. A very talented kid. I'm looking forward to winning his trial. When the facts come out, I think people will be shocked he was even charged. Seems Leemon is really doing a lot and appears confident about the cases. He's just released some new details about the murder Flock was allegedly involved in. According to Leemon, the shooting outside the Manhattan barbershop was an action of self-defense and that K-Flock was presented with no other options. He also claimed that there's video evidence to back up his client. Leemon insisted that Flock was not the aggressor in the fatal incident. It's all on video. Leemon adding that there's a video footage that shows Flock wanted nothing to do with the guy and that he waves them off. He then continued by saying he's walking with a young woman, and as shown in the video, the guy is walking towards him in a very aggressive manner. He said he puts his hands in his pockets, and Kevin is alleged to have seen the guy walking towards him aggressively with his hands in his pockets. Leemon has reiterated his commitment to K-Flock repeatedly in an appearance on Allison Koffel's Allison Interviews. The lawyer said that he'll fight to the death for K-Flock and that the case will go to trial and be a battle. This isn't Leemon's first time representing a high-profile member of the hip-hop community. He's worked with a number of rappers before, including The Game and Fat Joe. No one knows what was really in Hernandez's pocket, but his hands seemed to be in his pocket from the video. Now Leemon is alleging that Hernandez might be dangerous because of how he was aggressively moving towards his client and had his hands in his pocket. That might be interpreted as saying K-Flock shot because he thought Hernandez was reaching for a weapon in his pocket. Therefore, K-Flock's attorney is claiming it's self-defense, as he has said that the case is going to be a battle. It sure looks like it's going to be a battle because different states have different laws, and it doesn't look like New York City is going to welcome the self-defense excuse. Seems New York doesn't want you to have anything to do with a gun, whether it's defense or an attack, except you have the right to use the gun. Also, looking at the case, K-Flock was in possession of a gun which is possible to come from an illegal source. Now that his lawyer is claiming that he shot in self-defense and believes that that would save him, it might be difficult to get away from that case because of the gun K-Flock had. If you beat the murder case, the gun case is still there, which the prosecutors might use to hold them down. There have been cases of people who beat murder cases, but got locked up for the gun that they used to commit the murder. In addition to that, K-Flock is said to have had some initial charges before this case. In K-Flock's case, he was allegedly caught on camera performing this crazy act, killing Oscar Hernandez. The prosecutors are probably going to stand strongly on that and use it at all costs to bring down K-Flock. Also, judging by the fact that he's been identified as an alleged gang member by the police, those that he moved with while he was outside, his kind of music, his lyrics, the many documentaries about him, and all that is put out concerning to him, it might be almost impossible to let him out on the streets with all of that. This is not to say that it's impossible to win the case, but there's also a chance that K-Flock might be doing some years for the gun charge. Doing years for the gun charge also means that some years in his life is about to get wasted, locked up in jail. Presently, it's not clear when or if K-Flock is going to be released, but his lawyer seems confident that the case is going to be won. He might, however, have some points that he's not sharing with the public for good reasons, but whatever the case may be, we'll find out about all of that in the end. So there you have it, the latest update about K-Flock's case. Let me know what you think about the situation in the comments section. Do you think K-Flock will get released soon? C has said, and from what his lawyer has said, or do you agree that the gun charge might eventually hold him down? Hey you, yes you, did you like the video? Great, we got another one for you that we guarantee you liked.